On today's episode of the Command Center podcast, boys,
yes,
we won free agency.
Did we?
We talked about why that's important, if it is important, and then what's the most important thing for long-term success? Is it the quarterback? Is it the head coach? Is it both? And then we've got a 5-round Commanders mock draft. It all starts right now. Welcome to the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss. And as always, we're presented by Big Bear AI, mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world. And we are in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Boys, how we doing?
Great.
Yeah? How was the weekend, by the way?
Man, look, 85 degrees, cannot beat it, but then it comes back and now it's 40 degrees. So how you feeling?
The weather's been a little schizophrenic here, Coach.
Look, it got me like this.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. I'm tired of it.
What was that, 2 weeks ago? It was like a tornado?
Hurricane.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. If a groundhog sees a shadow one more time, I'm about to lose it.
Yeah, when I will say March in Virginia tends to be a little bit
hectic, erratic.
This feels a little bit more. It snowed.
Yeah.
It snowed and it was 85 in the same month. That's what you get. I think we forget sometimes we are in the mountains.
Yeah.
And I think we forget that. We are right in the Appalachian Mountains, and I think we forget that sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's do some housekeeping real quick. So we've got Football. Colombia versus France, Sunday, March 29th at 3 p.m. And I didn't tell you this, boys, but I'm thinking about getting into like a rec soccer league, but I don't know if that's the right move for your boy at this time.
I don't know with your feet. I don't know if they quick enough to play soccer.
So it's just about the touch on the football. I got to see angles. The thing I'm worried about is like, you get competitive.
Yeah.
And you start to like run. And then you get that like little hammy, little groin.
Yeah. I'm finna say, man, like soccer is nonstop running.
Yeah.
I hope you understand
So,
that.
dude, I grew up playing soccer.
Yeah.
Right? So
you told me about that. Yeah.
So I played for a long time. I had a scholarship offer to play soccer. So I was like, maybe my sister-in-law's playing in the league. She's like, come play, be an alternate.
Was you a goalie?
No, I actually played I don't know if you know the positions.
Forward?
I played stopper, like defensive midfield. So like on like goal kicks, punts from the keeper, like you go up and you win those. You kind of control the defensive middle of the field. So I mean, it helped that I was 6'4" and 215.
So is soccer like one of those sports that you never forget? Because like it seems to me it's a little harder than what we do.
It's like in terms of like skill, you're saying? I think it's like anything. Like there's always like a little bit of skill associated with it. It reminds me of like basketball. You got the crossovers, all the dribbles and stuff. And sometimes if you don't practice,
you get a little rusty.
You lose a little bit of that feel. Yeah. So just remember, Colombia versus France, Sunday, March 29th, 3 p.m. But in the meantime, producer Jason set some up for us here real quick. We've got Laremy Tunsil's presser, which I have not heard. Have you guys heard it?
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Not at all.
And he was giddy about this when we came in. I mean, this is good stuff.
Well, I did see him. I see all the players waited on him when he was signing his contract. So that show you a lot, man.
Yeah.
People don't do that for offensive linemen. They do it for wide receivers. They do it for quarterbacks, running backs. But to see an offensive lineman have that much praise from his team, that says everything, man.
Also, I didn't realize this. I was talking to a guy that I train. He's familiar to the DMV, Morgan Moses, and he was like, he's the first $30 million tackle.
Yeah,
so kind of hitting a milestone, because I thought, Trent. He was like, Trent was, I think it was 27.5 for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. So he hit a milestone. It's pretty cool for Laramie.
But the next man up always get $3 more than the last man, and that's what it is. Think about it. We got I guess Jackson Smith and Jigma is a $42 million a year receiver.
And so just to tease this, we're going to do a draft segment later where we're going to go through like a 5-round mock. Yeah. And we're going to talk about this because I do think the free agent market for receiver, the free agent market for running back has to factor in to, because think about this. Okay, I'm going to jump the gun here a little bit. What did the guy from Seattle make when he went to Kansas City? Do you know?
Seattle?
Yeah, the running back.
$14 million.
The running back. $14 million. Yeah. He's the number one running back. He made $14 million. Yeah. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
$42 million.
42.
That is ridiculous.
So 4 years, 160.
$30 million difference.
That is ridiculous.
So that has to factor in when you're picking a player.
And being a former receiver in this league, it's no way. And I'm being real. I've been saying this though for the last few years. Like it's no way that we think that less of our running backs nowadays.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially because that running back's going to touch the ball 20 times, and the receiver in a good game.
The majority of the time, we stuffing that damn ball in that running back's belly. So
the discrepancies are crazy because
I'm not
hating corner and safety the same way, right?
Yeah, I mean, corners, the price tag's going up. Safety's kind of leveled off.
Flatlining.
But I don't
it's
a lot of money.
Listen,
it's a lot
when
of
I
money.
see that 160 come across that screen.
Because think about how the running back, and I understand because they committee things nowadays, running back by committee, it's more guys touching the ball. You don't have guys back there every down. They still get more to load than we do. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got a little sidetracked there, but we got Laremy Tunsil. Press.
Yeah, so this press conference, Nikki Javala made this cut and put it together on X, so you can follow her to see this specific cut. It's kind of like the best moments from it.
Okay.
So I just want to get your guys' reaction to him because I think it's a fantastic presser. So.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. I'm acting my age like I don't know how to use Zoom. Hold on, give me one. This is crazy. I don't know, maybe because I'm a great player.
Why his extension got done quickly?
Absolutely. I wanted to get the deal done quicker than normal, and for sure get more money in that bank account. I wanted to get it done fast. So I tell the guys, if you want to come get bigger, stronger, faster, come work with me. Just look how big my back is. Come get a big back with me. Funny story. I was trying to tell my son, like, Dad just, got more money. Like I reset the market again. And my son was like, does that mean I'm rich?
Dude, mad respect though.
No, I tell you this. We all been there. When they saying you finna sign on that line, or when you sign on that line and that check a little fatter than what it used to be.
Yeah.
That he's showing you that, look, man, I'm highly favored right now. I'm blessed and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh,
sugarcoat it.
It's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
But I'm finna let you know how much of a blessing.
Yeah.
So hats off to him.
He earned it. He earned that money. He earned it, reshaped the market. And he not afraid to talk about.
I love it, man.
I'm playing the game because I love the game, but I also love the money that the game gives to me. So it's nothing wrong with it. Everybody in their job want to raise.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to. So a lawyer can talk about how much money they make, but if an athlete talk about how much money they make, it's something wrong with it.
Well, the other thing, when you're an athlete, people can just look it up.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's on like every service imaginable. Yeah. And the other thing too that this is something that I experienced when I played. Again, I came from a suburban community in LA, not super rich, but not poor, kind of right in the middle. Yeah. And when you come to an NFL team, you get guys that were rich, former athletes, kids that are around. Also, you guys that are really poor, and you kind of realize like that money means something different to those guys.
Changes lives,
and it changes their lives. He talked about his son in that,
family.
That's going to change his grandkids. He is now generationally wealthy. Which is something that he's earned. He's put his body through that. And that's something that that coming and playing in the NFL reminded you of. Because in college when we played, there was no money floating around that same way. For you, maybe, but not
what
for me.
What are you talking about? Don't look at me like that. Don't be trying to throw Mississippi State under the bus.
Dude, the Mississippi State, the fine institution in the SEC. But
don't throw us under the bus.
No, but I feel him though, man. It just me listening to it. It reminded me of how I felt. I didn't have a presser like that to talk about. The feeling. I probably did, but it was probably quick because back in them days, I wasn't trying to be in front of the mic too long. But man, it's such a great feeling, bro. And not only just because you're getting paid. It's because the hard work that you put in
it pay off
from day one has continuously blessed you. You know what I mean?
And it's like every time it's time work too.
It's that too. And then you can see it. I mean, I'm not sure how you guys family operate, but I remember signing new deals or getting new money, and before I was able to even be excited, family hitting you up. Hey, they're like they got it.
We didn't make it.
We rich. We rich, bitch. Nah, but it's just one of those things, man. Like I'm sitting here smiling about it inside, and probably I'm not sure if I smirked enough on camera or just listening to him. But even now, I don't know how motivated you guys are, but I think like that every day. Like whatever you putting out there comes back.
Yeah.
So I've never not had that feeling of it's a time to make more. It's a time to do more. It's a time to be more successful. That's how I live my life. Like I'm always thinking about a way of making something more out of what I have. And so to see that a game that we learned as kids is able to continuously, like I say, bless you. As a player of his magnitude, you don't know. You say, okay, I get 2 contracts. Well, this is what, 3 for him? This is third one?
This fourth.
Fourth?
He's reset the tackle market
what I'm saying,
twice.
So that's what I'm saying. So just think about it. Like when we was playing, we was praying to get 2.
Yeah.
But I want to get my second deal. Because you get that second deal, now you know you can
that
ride off
second deal says I'm extending the career.
You can ride off to the sunset with that second deal.
Yes.
I remember getting into the league and the veterans like, boy, you get that second deal. Yeah. That's going to put you up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is 4th one.
Yeah.
And he's a tackle. So you know that money is ridiculous.
It ain't going to stop.
So, yeah.
It's
ridiculous. You know what's crazy is
I'm with you, Tunsil. Let me hold $1.
He structured the steer so he could maybe do it one more time.
No. Tackles. Trent is 30, 7?
We're the same age. So 30, I just turned 39, so he's 38.
38. Yeah. Tackles, like big boys can play this game longer than small guys.
Obviously, I do like the personal training, like strength and conditioning stuff on the side. And one of the things that is like when you do the research on it, like heavyweight boxers age better than
like welterweights
because quickness deteriorates more quickly than power,
strength.
right? And so these guys are big, explosive, powerful athletes. Yeah. They can keep that running for a little bit longer, which is pretty cool.
Yep, you can tell when that sports car start to slow down. But that SUV
or that big semi,
they just gonna keep trucking. That's the thing about it. And I was told that because I remember talking to Bruce Smith when I first got here. He like, man, y'all corners, y'all wide receivers. Once you lose y'all speed, y'all out of here.
Yeah.
He was like, but us D linemen,
we in it.
You don't know when we slow down. Yeah. But I was like, you right.
But I will say this though, and that's just something that I talk about so much with my friends, and we talk about just guys who come in as a skilled guy, slow.
Yeah,
it's over for them. Yeah. If I come in as a fast, super fast guy, it's never over for me because now I can be a possession guy, and my possession gears is
faster.
It's way faster than that other guy who came in at 4.5. My 4.5 has a different kind of hump to it. Bingo. Yeah. So I wouldn't just say it's quite over for a guy who's highly like one of those sports cars, those Lamborghinis, those Ferraris.
But the thing we can say about them Lamborghinis and Ferrari, they high maintenance. Yeah. And we are as skinny dudes.
I will say this: like you come in, like one of the reasons like we do the combine and you see that 4.3 on there is it to me it implies speed reserve. So Tanny, you were just talking about this in the when we're getting ready for the show, like. As you get older, the game slows down. You also slow down. But if you go from a 4.3
to a 4.4
to a 4.4, like that's still fast in the league, right? So for me, like my slow ass, right? I ran a 4.9. Yeah. Like when I got slow, that thing's a 5.2. There's guards running fast to me, right? You know what I mean? It got a little dicey quicker than I wanted it to. So that's one of the things that we're talking about there. But anyway, really happy for Laremy.
No doubt.
Happy for his family. Glad he is here.
Let me hold $1, man.
Oh, and then Jason, what we got before we hit the break? Oh, we got break 1 here. You ready to go?
Okay.
So what do we got?
Break 1. Okay, guys. We have the chain and the trophy. Present. So here are the results.
Man, I already know how they just be playing favorites.
Where do you get these votes? Jason, where do they get the votes? Off the YouTube page?
This is off YouTube. I actually have comments.
Oh.
So get ready.
All right, what do we got?
All right. Give that trophy to Dr. Paulson. Yes. Got a vote there.
I got a couple pity votes.
We have another one here that says my vote is for Logan. Just because I know he won't get many and we love you. So there's that one. Okay. And then we have a little bit of a runaway here. We had Smoot, you put the chain on and immediately became Ron Burgundy. Here's another vote for Logan.
I'm killing it, boys.
But guys, the top comment of the week was for Senor Santana.
Senor Santana.
Yeah.
And it has 21 likes.
Well, also that was when he said Senor Santana. He was talking about his Spanish class, right?
Yeah.
No.
He used to give you a hard time?
Underneath, this is for voting.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So people are responding to the voting. It goes to Santana. And just to emphasize, someone broke this down.
Yeah.
Round 1, it did go to you, Smoot.
Oh,
all right. Round 2 went to Tana. And round 3 went to you, Smoot. So you would be like, wait, I won. Yeah. It was like, nah. That West Virginia.
I'm so tired of that read.
Do you want the West Virginia
so good.
Do you want it this week?
No,
because you're whinging a lot. You're complaining a lot about it.
All I'm saying is, it's that same damn read.
No, but see, this is the thing. You heard what he just said? I'm so tired of that read. Yeah. Hey, it is a nice read, man.
It's a well-written read.
Yeah, he gonna have to put the goated on.
I'll put it on, man. Let me put it on. Man.
Yeah, dude, look at that thing.
It's heavier than you think.
Let me wear my chain.
Dude, wow. Look at that.
Yeah,
it actually kind of fits your aesthetic.
Every time I come around, you see that bling bling.
I thought I was going to get to read it today.
About fit that bling bling.
Man, I'm so tired of these mama.
Bling bling. What? Bling bling. What?
So what I'm saying, do you want to switch the reads up? Would that be helpful for you? Because, I mean, tennis, like, it's tennis. But if you want to give it a shot.
Listen, I'm getting my love from a Big Bear AI. All right? That's where my love coming from. That's how I won the round one. So, listen, fans.
All right, let's pay some bills. Huh?
All right, let's pay some bills. When the mission is critical and readiness matters, BigBear.ai delivers proven AI technology and expertise to help safeguard national security and critical infrastructure. That's mission-ready AI, BigBear.ai, official partner of the Washington Commanders.
It's very good. It's very good. Very good. Very good.
Commander fans, your fandom just got an upgrade. Introducing the AAA Commanders MVP membership, where real fans gets real perks and same trusted AAA membership benefits. The new AAA Commanders membership provides a chance to win game tickets, access to VIP events and experiences, 15% off Commanders Online Pro Shop, while providing peace of mind for Commander fans on the road. Already a AAA member? Don't sit on the sideline. Upgrade your membership or join today at AAA.com/Commanders.
Damn, Carroll City High School.
Let's go, dude. He's got a little more character to it.
Might be the bling bling. What?
Yeah,
bling bling.
What? Been trying to give him the edge already, dude.
I'm just saying. That's my observation. You guys decide at home what you think.
You know what? This is such an offensive defensive thing in here. I can see the divide in here.
Let me take a picture of my goat chain.
Dude, look at him.
Take it through that hate over.
Hey, I love it, man. He came out strong. You definitely have an edge. Okay, so uphill climb.
Never scared of competition.
Okay,
if you play corner,
all I know is he's got the West Virginia read coming up on deck here soon.
Listen,
and you gotta nail that next read, bro.
Listen, Geico finna get everything I got.
All right. So obviously coming out of free agency, and the question is, or no, not a question, because there's no questions here, is we won free agency powered by Big Bear AI, mission ready AI for a rapidly evolving world. So obviously we had a bunch of free agent signings. We have reserve future contracts pending for guys that, practice squad, bottom and roster guys. And we've got 2 new coaches coming in, right? David Blau, Durante Jones, right? Offensive, defensive coordinator there, respectively. It feels like there's a lot of change here, a lot of excitement. And the question then becomes, did we, the Washington Commanders, win free agency? And can you win free agency at this time of year, which is what, March 23rd?
Mm-hmm. I don't want to put the word win free agency. I didn't like it when I played. I don't like it now. What we did do is get better.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Did we get better with our weaknesses? Our weakness, edge rush. We got better. We upgraded at linebacker. We upgraded at tight end. Did we upgrade positional value and positional rooms? Yes. All right. Got better, even with the coaches. Mm-hmm. We upgrading at every spot. So I don't like to say win free agency because sometimes that means we just signed the best free agent available. And the one thing about free agency is it's bidding wars. So yes, you overpay for talent because you bid on talent. All right, but win? No, you don't win in the off season. You win in the end season.
Yeah, I think the only thing about putting a win on free agency, you don't really play a game.
Yeah.
You play to win the game. You see what I'm saying? And when you don't have a chance to really play with those guys you just selected, who knows who won? Because you can go out there and pick a bunch of names that no one heard of. But guess what? Come training camp, come regular season, these guys mesh better than anybody you ever heard of on any other team because they just had the right foundation already. They just needed to add pieces.
And the right flow.
I look at this, man, look, I'm give me a word for it. I was blown out of my seat by how we went out there and attacked every position that was needed.
And still got $50 million left.
Bingo. Had money on reserve for whatever else going to be sitting around there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm more than ecstatic to know what this could become. But you have to play the game. You still got to go out there and be healthy, which is the top, what you call them in all this. You have to have a healthy team. You have to have the guy who's going to lead that ship, be out there and be one of those guys leading that ship. And then all these guys have to be able to mesh and play together. And so when they say we won it, I remember a couple of hours into free agency, the fans was upset. But by the time we got out of it, everybody happy now. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be up and down. It's a seesaw of views. You feel what I'm saying? Right now, I think we're up because everybody's just so excited about these names and all the positions, all the key guys. But until we play the game, I can't put a win on it.
And so to Fred's point, right, it's not, I think the thing that gets me excited is that these are good fits. At least on paper, they're
great fits if you ask me.
So, obviously Adafe Owe, defensive end, an ascending player that fits an area of need. But I think
hasn't peaked yet.
Yes,
I love that.
Hasn't peaked yet. I think that's exactly right. You look at Chigakonkwo, kind of this move tight end piece. Got a receiver skill set. How does that fit in the David Blau offense? I think about Sam Laporta, obviously, Hawkinson in Minnesota, the two places that he's drawing from, knowing to use that weapon at a high level. Leo Chenal, this kind of off-ball player, attacks downhill.
So good.
Coverage. And the thing is that Fred said there is they're all ascending. So when it comes to winning free agency, because again, I agree with Tanny, you can't win it. There's no game.
There's no score to be kept.
I think, and this is just one man's opinion, that this is the right way to do it. You get guys with good contract value that fit needs, that have projected roles, and if they hit on those roles and those opportunities, it'll lead to wins in the season, I think is what I'm trying to say.
How about this going forward? If we can stack wins in every phase of us getting to the regular season, then we have a great chance to go out there and win in the regular season. You see what I'm saying?
So we won.
You won free agency.
We won March.
Let's go win the draft. Then let's go win training camp. You see what I'm saying? Then now let's go out there and dominate this regular season and go out there and win the postseason and have a Super Bowl, trophy to host up.
So what I do like about some of these guys, we say most of them come from winning coaches. Like when you come from a winning culture, you bleed winning, you only know winning, and you can teach everybody else how to win consistently.
And it almost, too, give me that vibe of year one when a lot of these guys wasn't long tenures. They were like, hey, we're going to give them a year. We're going to get this guy a year. And those guys went out there and executed because they knew
I got 1 year to get it done.
1 year to get this thing done. Whether I'm going to be back here or somewhere else, I got to go out there and play my best. So I almost feel like we took a page out of that book, say, hey, man, we just got to get these guys in the building. Because for what they did last year, they deserve to be over here. We deserve to take a chance on them.
If it pays off.
And hopefully, if they can go out there and dominate and play the way we want them to play, then we can be talking about, something longer come next year.
I just like we didn't go out there and sign one gigantic contract and thought we won. We went out there and we spaced it out. And we brought a group in that changes the average age, the speed, the length, the strength. I enjoy that.
And I think that's the thing. It's a 4-year for Adafe Owe. It's a 3-year for Chigakonkwo, 3-year for Leo Chenal, 3-year for Tim Settle.
Welcome home, Settle.
And then I like the idea of Caleb Von Chason, right? Like at 1 year, kind of a 1 year, $12 million, prove it type of deal. Like he played really well.
No, especially in the playoffs.
In New England last year. He played really well last year. And so a lot of people are like, hey, show us again.
And now we got you.
He seems like the perfect candidate for show me again. Let's see what you got and kind of grow into that role. For the Washington Commanders.
But I also think re-signing Treylon Burks. I feel like he's going to have one of those seasons. I feel like it's been brewing for him for the first time. He's healthy.
I think that's healthy, right?
Yeah, for the first time he's healthy. But he also got a franchise that's loving on him. And that's different.
And the expectations might be a little lower than it was coming in and being the first.
To replace A.J. Brown.
You know what I mean? You got to think, a lot of that stuff is what kind of weighs on players. It's just not so much of just saying, hey, go out here and show me. It's like, no, we need to see that right now. Because I remember being a Jet. And when you get hurt, and I got hurt out the gate, and now I'm just walking around, and they like,
who are you?
Like, what's up? Like, you gonna show something? I'm like, Mom, I got a whole brace on my leg right now.
Yeah.
What can I show you? But that's how it is,
but
because
first round
we spent this money. We want to see something now. We can't afford for you to be sitting back and talking about you the one that's injured. We could take anybody else that we drafted and they be the ones on the shelf, but not you. So I think when you get all that off you, off your plate, off your shoulders, you're not carry that around. You have a guy like Terry that you can say, I'm looking up to him because he's gonna carry the load. All I gotta do is just do
my part.
And look, I can go out here and play mistake-free, confident, and with a clear mind and clear head, and go out there and be
also
dominant.
being that number 2 opens it up, because Terry gonna get the doubles.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can go here and go to work.
And that's the thing. Maybe we can have this conversation now, or maybe after the draft. We'll see when's the pro. But like, we can kind of allude to it here. That's something that still needs to be probably addressed a little bit, right? Is that number 2 receiver spot?
Yeah.
You got guys like Traylon Burks, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Van Jefferson coming in, and Diami kind of as a pitch hitter. But like, it still feels like you need.
But I don't think you necessarily need when you have a core of guys. Yeah. One can stand out in front of everybody, and everybody will just do their part. Because I don't think you need a solidified number 2 when you have a number 1.
Do you think that? So you think kind of like number 2 by committee?
Yes, 2 by committee. Yes. Was we not successful year 1 of Jayden's rookie year with those? Man, look, Diami played so well. In the postseason, he was number 2 receiver. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you couldn't tell me that your guy who went to Chicago, Zacchaeus, wasn't, he wasn't helpful in our whole getting to the postseason. You couldn't tell me that the other guys, who stepped up and made plays wasn't. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you have a committee of, like, man, we got all these guys that can really go out there and be dominant. Like, they can be 2s or 3s somewhere else. Yeah. Now they on 1. They Voltron. Yeah. They come in together. Y'all be Voltron.
Powers combined.
Y'all be Voltron. We got Optimus Prime, or whatever you want to call it, Terry, Scary Terry. You can name him whatever superhero you want. But we got him over there. We know when in doubt, he's going to perform.
So do you think that they are good at receiver? Like, or do you think that
I'm happy
could
now.
I move into the season with this group? Yes,
I can move into the season
for sure.
But I would. So I've been hearing folks talking about, hey, we can still get this person free agency wise. I don't really necessarily need that.
I'm thinking about the draft more.
I'm saying get me a draft piece that can come in and say he has potential to be our guy in the future. Yeah. To go along with this crew. And
does that need to be at 7, or can that be at 7?
No, they got to be later, like Elijah Sirach from Indiana, or somebody in the 3rd round, in the 4th round. I don't need it to be the 1st round.
But I look at contract.
I'm not.
I know how you are about
not against it. I'm like if a guy there at 7 and he's a receiver that you feel like that could come in and be your number 1.
Trust your grade, right? Like,
go get him.
Yeah, I'm with you. So again, like, that's a position. I'm glad we had that conversation, because it feels like they could use more. Yeah. But the Voltron analogy, I like that quite a bit. And then in the draft, getting a young piece. Yeah. To build around.
You get a young piece in here with the veteran leadership that you got. I'm talking about a young piece, not a young piece that we saying that has potential to star one day. A young piece, you say, man, this guy can come right here right now and dominate and star right now. Yeah. Watch how that room sets on fire. Yeah. Because now all them guys like, you might not be here.
No, I need to step it up.
I got to step it up. You see what I'm saying? You get a guy here that can move the doggone needle. Man, that room
make him different than everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Like, so you can bring in a Malachi Fields that's 6'4", 230. Don't look like nobody else in the room. Yeah. And you can get him 2nd day, 3rd day. Like, so it's options out here. And I hate when people think, for me to get a baller, he got to be in the first 100 picks. No, you don't. That ain't football, man.
Especially this year. I mean, like right now, like you're looking at like Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Daniel Jeremiah. They've got 20 receivers graded with top 100 grades, which would be a record if all those guys went there, right? Yeah. So like I look at, again, Malachi Fields, Elijah Sherrod, Josh Cameron from Baylor. Like there's guys there at 71. And you say, man, that guy could be special. Like Deshaun Stribling from Ole Miss. Like,
you love Stribling.
I do love him, man, because he's 6'2". He ran a 4.3. Like he's a competitive son of a gun. So like but again, like I like all the guys we just talked about. Yeah. And so who do I like the most at 71? But I don't think it precludes you from looking at 7 either, right? No. It just depends on what your board looks like.
That's why you do what you did in free agent, so I could take best player available with every pick.
Yeah, so the other position I want to talk about real quick is running back, right? Because that's getting a lot of buzz because of Jeremiah Love, all those different things. That feels like, again, it's a good room, not a great room. They've got good depth pieces like Rachaad White for what he is, right?
Kind of one of the better receiving backs out of the backfield.
And kind of a get-on-base kind of runner. Yeah. I think Bill's going to get better, right? McNichols, we see what he can do for us last year, right? Jerome
Ford is very versatile.
Explosive player, like kind of in a backup role. But do they need like a stud, or do they have that guy in there?
Studs are always welcome on my team.
Yeah.
All right? Listen to me. I don't care who's in the room. Listen to me. When I was drafted, my room was full of studs.
That's talk about that, sir. That is because they handled it well in free agency, right? All of these, the room was full.
Yeah.
And then they said, we can draft Fred Smoot here.
Fred Smoot drops to us in the second round.
Yeah.
I got Champ Bailey, Darryl Green, Deion Sanders. We still gonna take him. He's the best player available. Yeah. I'm going to take that stud. I don't care the situation. Let the situation work itself out. Yeah. And when the situation worked itself out, the two babies started, which was me and Champ. So at the end of the day, if I can get Jeremiah Love in that room,
look, no, but I feel you on that. But that's the same analogy you should have used for the receivers. If you can get a stud early, why not? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Because
true.
you don't know. Look, Terry is much older, and his contract is what it was and what it is, and it don't seem likely like they're gonna be paying him the money that he's going to be due next year anyway. Yeah. So why not go get that stud if you got to get him at 7, if he's available at 7? So I don't knock nothing you said about the running back, because guess what? If I get a guy that gonna shift some things in that running back room, so be it. He failed to us, let me go get him.
And the other thing you guys talked about too, which I think is really important, is competition, right? Like,
competition
so you bring in a Dafeoe, you bring in Chase on, and then what does that do for Dorrance Armstrong? Kind of probably turns up
turn
the
it dial up.
Yeah, Dietrich Wise, turn it up a little bit, right?
You bring Tim Sanders in here. Let's tell him Kinlaw and them.
You got to understand, them older guys see that young meat come through that room. Pause. They like, look here. They go home and tell the wife, and they ain't gonna be the one. And Christmas gonna be they let you know right now.
We're gonna have to hold off on that bin.
Don't start thinking two-headed, because I got to go out here and make this money. And the money's already given, but I got to go out and solidify this check. Yeah. And the way they solidify it is go out there and show these young guys, Woodpecker, or whatever one y'all got the little country slang names. I got to make sure you ain't coming in here and taking nothing.
No,
you know what I mean? And trust me, I was a receiver.
You got to stand your ground.
I remember like it was yesterday. Coles was the first person that kind of like reached out to me when I came in with the Jets. Like, he reached out to me quick, but we already had that kind of like Florida State, Miami. We done raced against each other in track meets. So we knew each other even not knowing each other. So Coles like, hey, Tanner, come sit right here. Bingo. I know Coles just came in a year ago. Coles ain't really in the
established himself,
So he's still like, look, man, that's my guy anyway. Come on, sit here. Wayne Cabret was up there in the front. You had other kind of guys. You had all type of other guys that was veterans that I watched. I forgot the guy name is played with Randy Moss, but they had just brought him in free agency. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm a young buck. I don't know no better. But you can feel the energy from the older guys.
Yes.
Like, even though Wayne did a lot for my career. I mean, once he really got to know me, he just opened up like a book, basically told me everything I needed to do, how to do it, what to shoot for. I loved it. But initially, you can tell he was being like, I'm going to keep you.
He felt your presence.
I'm going to keep you. And then when he saw me, like how I worked, he was like, oh, okay. This guy's, he's respectable. He's not out here being because they was your first round pick. They want to see you go out there and do what you do.
I need to see why.
And after a couple of practices, he kind of like, hey, sit right here, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So, but with all that being said, the defensive guys, I heard more of the barking and the chirping from, because they was like, we want to see something, young fella. Like, you know what I mean? Because what people fail to realize, those Jet teams I was on, it was good, bro. Like, out of 4 years of me being there, went to 3 postseasons. 2 of them we went to the second round. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you had 1 year that we didn't go to the postseason, but we was good. We was one of those teams that we was a play away from being in that third game, and probably having a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Same way here in 2005, how we was a play away from beating Seattle. You know what I mean? So
we know y'all were good because we turned into the Jetskins.
Bingo.
Like, we started to get
getting guys from the Jets. So when I hear having those opportunities, that's why I feel the way I feel about getting talent and competition in your room, because it doesn't do nothing but
bring out the best in everybody.
If you didn't have a fire up underneath you, you got one now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't got to say nothing as a coach. Yeah. I'm gonna put one piece in the room, and watch everybody just kind of like sitting up.
I think that's the other thing. Like, Dan Quinn talks a lot about, and so does Adam Peters, about competition. Yeah. And like, you want competitive dudes, because competitive dudes get better. right? They don't stay the same.
The edge.
Like if I got a guy in here that's going to be like doesn't like wilts under the pressure.
Yeah.
I don't want that, right? And so again, we want to build that competitive environment. Okay, so last question, then we're going to move on is what's the importance of riding kind of this momentum of the offseason, right? Yeah. 2 new coaches, all these new pieces, guys with good roles. Like we see visions, we see a path to success.
It's just excitement.
Yeah.
It lights a fire under the fan base to say, all right, we're making moves, we're making changes. All right, things didn't go the way we wanted to last year. We're not going into this year with the same group.
Yeah.
We're not going into this year with the same vision. We're going in here with a different vision. And I think it just lights the fan base up and lets them know, hey, we're working to get better. Yeah. How much better, we don't know yet. But we're trying to do everything we can do. We went out, we kind of got our weaknesses better. We strengthened the weaknesses. We brought in new coaches. We're trying everything we can do to not get back to where we was 2 years, to excel farther than we was 2 years ago. So that's the whole thing about it.
To me, I think I'm going to piggyback. I'm going to interject off what Tana said earlier. It's like, we won this. Let's build on this.
Bingo.
Take it to the draft.
That's bingo.
Once we take it to the draft, let's take it to the
OTAs and off-season. Yeah.
And then if we can just keep building that, good players, adding good players, young players, it's coming together. We're coaching the offense. We're coaching the defense. We're communicating. We're carrying this energy. We got a shot.
Yeah.
To me, it's like them saying, okay, you guys was upset with how we handled things last year. I think for agency, we made good moves last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think, quietly, we made moves last year in free agency that told us that we're going to have another good season. You see what I'm saying? I think what you do with the momentum we having right now, and you took it before I got a chance to say it, I was going to say the same thing about, let's lead over to the draft. No, do that. Let's lead over to the draft. But beyond the draft, we have to set fire in the coach's room too. Mm-hmm. Hey, you can't coach. Whatever you did last year, if you're still around here, you can't have the same thing. You got to be better.
Yeah.
You know what? As a whole, whatever we did in preseason as a team, before we got to play a game, we got to be better. So I think that's what I want to see this do. I want to see this initiative that they made to go out there and dominate, what fans and everybody said that they did in the free agency, that dominate when it come to getting these acquisitions. Let's go out here and put them to work. Let's go out here and get our best product on the field, because it's not good to just have that shiny car in my garage if I can't go ride it and show everybody what it's made of. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to get the fast car that I'm going to ride speed limit.
Yeah.
Why? See what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to just have you here. I'm trying to get you out here and play your best.
Showcase.
Or be your best so we can be our best.
Yeah.
Drop mic.
Just laughed.
He did drop
Not
that
because
mic.
of that, but because Tana just put that picture of the goat chain in the group chat.
Y'all won't quit. Y'all, hey, listen, they don't know our group chat.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm the dude that I don't shoot.
He doesn't,
you know what I'm saying?
He doesn't usually do
I ain't
that.
a shooter.
That's not him.
You know what I mean? You a shooter. All you do shoot.
No,
you shooting.
I'm on there. I see a T-shirt with a rank of bacon neck collar on there. All kinds of stuff. I just get shot at all the time.
So I'm shooting.
On the text string.
I'm shooting.
Oh, was that your shirt?
I'm shooting today.
No, that's the shirt Bluefoot put on there.
He was talking about your shirt.
Talking about it came from a dead man.
That's so funny.
Well, you done talking about the dead man suit award so many years. People got to get back at you,
And that's fine. The one thing I learned as a trash talker, if you can't take it, do not dish it.
Yeah, 100%.
Do not dish it.
All right, break 2. This is
Break
pivotal
2.
because this is pivotal. That's all I gotta say.
Huddle up, team. It's time to call it winter audible, because when the temps drop, the real magic kicks off. West Virginia. Think trails that crunch like game day turf, ski runs for every level of fan, and cozy cabins that won't break your budget. I see you over there, Fred. Trade lift lines, chaos for wide open slopes, and hot cocoa breaks by crackling fires, and a mountains dress to impress in a blanket of pure white. So grab your squad, pack your cold weather swag, and head to almost heaven this winter in West Virginia.
It's so good.
I hate your guts.
Hey, you know what's so good about this? And it's crazy because we made this out of competition when you really ain't. We just, I want to do the Reeds good regardless. But I love when you stumble. Got him! Fred be over there. He didn't want to jump out of his seat. I see him over there irking and jerking. He can't help himself. He loves to hear a stumble.
No, when he get his Barry White on,
it happens
when he
with
get
the
deep,
best.
he start reading slow.
Yeah.
I like this.
Huddle up, team.
No, hot cocoa.
It's good. It's good. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm ready to go skiing or something.
It feels like we in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
All right, let's see what we can do.
You said they were going to. Geico was going to get everything.
They finna get everything I got, but I might have to restructure this read so it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know, isn't it strange? People really want to save money, but are so willing to toss their hard-earned coin into a 3-foot pool of disappointment. You don't need to throw your money away. All you need is your phone. Go to Geico, get a quote, and you could save $900 on your phone. It feels good to save some coin. It feels good to Geico.
Fred.
I actually like that, girl.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know if it's the voice. I don't know if you had put another pitch to your voice.
I had to, I had some peaks and valleys.
We listened. We listened to the commas. We listened to the dashes. Yeah. It was really nice, man.
But it is a strange read.
Yeah. Yeah. We like Geico, but in terms of competition, West Virginia's it's just a structured read. Yeah. It's telling a story. Take us on a journey.
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. All right. Can't stop, won't stop. Brought to you by the U.S. Army. Be tested, but not just on paper. Be strong and more than muscle. Be courageous and supported by a mighty team. Be all you can be. Visit goarmy.com to learn more. Okay. So we get some questions from fans on YouTube, on Instagram, on the podcast networks, right? Appreciate those questions. And this is one that came up. Can you win right away with this much change?
Yes. That's the new NFL.
Do you have an example of that?
All right. Seattle Seahawks. All right.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks, the head coach has been there 2 years.
2 years.
The quarterback has been there 1 year. All right. That defense has been put together in the last 3 years. At the end of the day, we talking about instant cocoa and instant grits now. Now, if you got the right head coach and you got the right quarterback and the rest of your team falls in line, you can win right now. I take you on an example. 2 years ago, we got the right head coach, we got the right quarterback. We went to the NFC Championship. Yeah. At the end of the day, you can turn the page like the NBA now, and you can go from worst to first. That's what this league is about right now. All you need is the right structure, right leadership, and right talent.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have to look that far. We actually got a chance to do it. I mean, we are witnesses to this can be done. We had a huge turnover when it came to the guys that we brought in here 2 years ago, and they went out there and flat out played ball. So it's just one of those things, man. I think I look back and I take a lot from that season, and the one thing was just about the culture. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing to me. It's the culture. It's what you set for all these guys. That one standard that you got to say, this is what we live by. This is what we die by. You know, and we use them slangs on the football field like as if we out there in real battle. Yeah. But we know what we trying to, say to each other, you know? And every time we sat down in these chairs and had a guy in here that we sat, and talked to, they talked about that camaraderie. They talked about that brotherhood. They talked about the culture. And we saw it instantly. Yeah. I mean, we've been here longer than anybody. Yeah. And we didn't have a culture. Yeah. We didn't have a culture. No. We had a bunch of guys that, what our culture was? Outside of these walls when we go out and hang out. Yeah. And you would see them same guys that hung out, kind of showing that on the field. They was out there
play off each other.
Individually seeing like, okay, my guy who I'm finna go have this, throw a couple of back with. Yeah. I can't just have him go out there and ball and I don't show up too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can see the same group of guys competing. I remember at one point in time, Coach Gibbs said this best, and this was when I knew it was different here. And remember, my first 3 years here was with Coach Gibbs. And offensively, we ain't have nothing. He say, I just got to get 3 guys the ball. Got to get Porter's 20-something plus carries. Tanner and Cooley got to get at least 15 attempts a piece. And we should be able to win the game. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, boy, if that's all we got. Because, I wasn't used to that in New York. In New York, don't get me wrong, Curtis Mark was going to have his. But L Boogie come in and get at least 10 touches, 15 touches. Wayne gonna do his thing in the slot on third down. He gonna move the chains. Cole's gonna go across the middle and catch something and then break a tackle and score. But we got to get that bomb to Tanner. We got to get a reverse. We had so many different guys, and then we had Anthony Beck at tight end. We got to get him in the red zone. He's gonna be our guy that he can catch the ball over the middle. So we had so many pieces to that offense, and then we had Chad or Vinny. Chad was going to orchestrate the ball. He was going to methodically move the ball from one goal line to the next. Without a doubt, if we backed up, Chad gonna get 12 first down. I'm not even sure if that many first downs on the field, but he gonna move the ball that way. That's how he did things. He didn't care about the big play. When we had Vinny in there starting, don't snooze.
Testaverde gonna let that
don't
thing
snooze.
loose.
I tell you, Testaverde to tell me all the time, look, Tanner, I might come back to you. And every time he was coming backside, bombs over bad.
That's how he like it.
You see what I'm saying? So
that's how he like it.
When you see that being done at a high level with so many guys, and then you get to a team and you only 3 of you got to go out there and make it happen, it's critical.
Well, we was a defensive led team. That's what we did. Yeah. We played defense.
But my thing is with that, just saying, go back to the whole point I'm trying to make is, it's a difference when you have a culture. It's a difference when I'm not depending on 1 and 2 guys to make this thing go. You see what I'm saying? That's why I love the committee in the backfield and the committee at receivers.
Yeah.
I love when when Calvin got here, when Pierre went down, it was no letdown.
There was no drop off.
Every receiver still went out there and balled. You know what I'm saying? And when he got back, it just made us that much more better. So it's the culture for one thing, it's the brotherhood, but I think collectively, man, that's what makes you got to go out there and do what you do.
Yeah, that's what I'd say about this is can you run right away? I agree with Fred. I agree with Tana. The culture is really important. It is hard though. Yeah, you got to work on the brother. This is where the last 2 years are important. The culture everyone talks about. You can bring those guys in, get them integrated, right? The coaching, you got to make sure you coach your face off, get guys integrated with new defensive and offensive schemes. And I trust Dan that he hired 2 people that he feels like can get that done. Yeah. So is it hard? Yes. Is it doable? Also, yes. Especially if you get, what is it like? I like doing hard shit with good people.
Yes.
This is a hard thing.
Yes. Winning in the NFL, each quarter, it's just hard.
I mean, shoot, each play.
It's just hard, man. So at the end of the day, I know it looks easy while you're sitting on your couch. Yeah. And you're watching it, and you can see the big flow of everything. But when you're out there in traffic, it's different, man.
It's a different deal.
It's a different deal.
I tell you this. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about it whenever. But I almost feel like last year was meant to happen. Yeah. Because anytime you have some good, the way we had it that first year, you got to experience a little letdown.
Trialing it's gonna be up and down.
Sometimes it's given a little differently. You might get that letdown out the gate. Yeah. And then now you know how to build from that. Yeah. But when you own a high horse,
you got that much success,
and you've been knocked off that quick,
it hurts.
It's like you don't necessarily want to be back that high, but you want to make sure you climb, and every time you get a chance to go back after it. And now you want to make sure that every opportunity on the field is better than that last opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like whatever you did, I used to do this when I got hurt. I used to have in my head, I told you I have a weird way of going about things. I would cut family members to go out there and be great. I'm being real with you. Yeah. If you want in my lineup on my dial, who I'm going to talk to through the week, don't call me because that wasn't helpful for me to be successful. I didn't do it in college. I didn't do it over there, so I don't want that done now. So when I start seeing that things of that nature work for me, I took it to my game. So with us, when I got off that injury, I was like, I gotta get back to 4-2 Tanner. Start popping everything. I'm talking about quad went, hamstring went. Yeah. Then I slowed down again. I was like, okay, what I need to do? Every day I gotta stack. Gotta stack them. You know what I mean? Just get out there and have a good practice. Yeah. Get out there and catch 2 balls today. Like I didn't want to have a 10 catch practice. Catch 2 of them. Because guess what? 3 and 4 gonna come. You know what I mean? So the first game, just get out there and play the whole game. You know what I mean? Oh, I scored a touchdown. I didn't expect it. Next week, play the whole game and be the guy that, be the difference maker. Oh, man, I was more than a difference maker. So now if you're just stacking them and you thinking solely about that day, you get a chance to see a season of greatness. You see what I'm saying? Instead of going out there saying, oh, we got to be better. No.
The whole big picture now is the lit picture.
It's day by day, week by week. You know what I'm saying? Game by game, month by month. You know how we put them in quarters for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's put a great quarter, 4 games together that we can say, okay, this is going to give us a chance to go in the second quarter and we trying to be 500 again. You know, before you know it, we sit in a good position. We're the tops of talks when it comes to going to the postseason.
Well, here go crazy thing. I'll never forget when I first came back here. I was just coming off of my broke jaw.
Yeah, talking about the day when I bummed you.
Yeah, he bummed me. And that's what I was finna bring up. So I'm lining up. I had already been feeling great because I ain't realized putting my helmet on, my balance was gone. Mm-hmm. And I lined up, first play, me and Tanner, right at each other. And I like, in my head, I'm like,
this what you asked for.
They gonna sit it deep. And I never forget, he came out the line, yeah. So now I'm chasing him. And all I see is elbows and neck. And I like, this boy done beat me bad out here. And I realized I need to get my balance back. Mm-hmm. Like, cause it's gone. So I just used to just sit in the locker room with my helmet on because I wasn't used to it no more. Yeah. And that was just coming off a broke jaw. So it's just small things like that.
Yeah, I always tell my son, like, you learn more from failures than you do success.
Oh, all the time.
Right? Like, cause again, like that's, something's wrong with your process, you can fix it, like Tana's talking about there, you're talking about, right? Like, and I do think, like, when you look at, this is one thing I love about Dan, right, is like, he identified some issues. Yeah. He said, we have to change these things. Yeah. He made those changes. Adam seems to have learned. They brought in some younger, more talented pieces, spent a little bit more money. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's like, man, more optimistic here. So I think that's the great thing. And again, can you win after a lot of turnover and change?
Yes.
Yes, but it's going to be tough. But I do think you've got the right people making the right decisions to get that done. All right, so this is another question. What is the most important constant? Is it the quarterback? Is it the head coach, GM, offensive coordinator? What do we got?
Both. If you can keep continuity, I don't care.
But I think specifically, like, to cut you off, like the head coach and the quarterback, like keeping, like, I think about like the best ones. Yeah. Like, think about, Bill
Andy
Belichick.
Reid, Pat Mahomes. If you can keep, I'm gonna tell you what a quarterback and a head coach stand together says. 1, longevity. 2, you're consistently winning. Because if you're not consistently winning, y'all are not together that long. Yeah. All right, so that's showing me if they are together and y'all got a long track record, it must be a track record of winning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I can't say one is more than the other because I always tell people, why do you have to pick one? I shouldn't have to pick Bill Belichick or Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Why can't they come together to form Voltron? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, why can't all pieces work in unison?
A lot of 90s cartoon references.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Silverhawks is one of my favorites too also. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, if you had to say individually, it's always the quarterback. I think quarterback can win with any coach.
Important.
You know what I mean?
It's got to be the right guy, though.
It has to be the right guy because you can't just put a guy in there who's not a leader of men and then say, let's go out here and win because, the team ain't going to operate or basically do what they got to do. But when you have both quarterback in place and the head coach, it gives you that much more of an opportunity to go out there and do it, like I said earlier, stack wins and put it together. And that's why I said it's so, to me, when it comes down to just, I feel like we have that. Like, man, I was a big fan of Dan's before he got here. You know what I mean? Like, I saw what he did with the Legion of Boom. I saw what
Atlanta,
he did.
Taking them to the Super Bowl.
I saw what he did in Atlanta. I saw instantly what he did defensively to the Cowboys because that had been their Achilles heel for years. I mean, you go Romo, no matter who was at quarterback, Bledsoe, no matter who was back there, defensively, they couldn't stop nobody, And I used to say that all the time, like, look, bro, if we could just beat their defense, no matter what they do offensively, you know what I mean? Like, let's just go out here and dominate their defense, which that's how we was able to be in those games back then with Dallas. And then it was an instant change. I'm talking about almost instantly. I'm like, this defense look different. I'm watching the games and not even knowing who's, that's before I was, just in tune with just going every day about, what's going on, who we facing, what's, who's the coaches in this division. Then I heard Dan Quinn name. I'm like, Quinn, I know that damn name from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I knew this defense was different. You know what I mean? This is why. So
just look at the players after he left.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs ain't been the same. Yeah. Bland ain't been the same.
There anymore, right?
And I think too, you can just look at that's why I kind of scratch my head too, how things is gonna. Will we get a little bit of Dan's defense on top of with the kid, the guy we brought in,
Javonte Jones.
Yeah.
Like will we get a combination of both what he learned in Minnesota and Dan?
Of course you will. Your head coach always gonna leak.
Because I think that was something that stood out to me last year when Dan got in there. We was running the same stuff, but it was just the way he called the
attention
plays,
to detail.
when he called it. Like he brought that blitz at the right time when we was over there in Spain, and it was instant, success. Like, so I just want to see that again from us, because I feel like. But I also understand last year when we didn't have a lot of guys to really lean on. We was out there, man. We was
trying to survive.
It's a
difference between survival and dominating.
We was literally treading water the whole year.
Yeah, the whole year.
Man, I'm just trying to stay.
Keep this boat afloat.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? So, but I think it's both. I know I said a lot. I just think it's both. I think when you have a Jayden Daniels, man, that's why I say, man, I just hope he go out there and just take a little bit like that page that I had to take it out. Look, man, I ain't trying to be Jayden from rookie season. I'm just trying to stack days.
Be a better version.
You know what I'm saying? Every week I want to stack a week, you know?
Yep. So obviously we're excited. Think we can win right now. Great free agency period. We're going to talk about the draft here in a second, do a little mock draft.
Mock.
But in the meantime, we're going to pay some bills. Let's get to this third ad break.
Virginia
here.
Lottery.
You should be actually doing both of the third break reads.
Why is that?
Because then you catch up with us two apiece.
Man,
Me and Tanner two apiece.
I got to do the intro. No one wants to hear me do two of these in a row. I'll do another one in a different block if they want next time.
All right. Huddle up, Commanders fans. The Commanders Golden Pass Raffle, operated by the Virginia Lottery, gives you a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. That means tickets, VIP treatment, special appearances by Washington legends such as ourselves, and much, much more. Limited tickets are available. So visit valottery.com/commanders to enter the raffle today. That's valottery.com/commanders. And break.
That was pretty good, man.
Like it.
That's pretty good. It was better than last week. They say your work defines who you are. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you're clocking in. But what happens on the weekend? What happens to your time? You could take it easy, or you could use that time to get better. Right, Fred?
Right.
In the U.S. Army, we think differently. Your time should be used to improve the skills you do have and learn some you don't, to push yourself in new ways, because it's those days that truly define who you are. That's how you make progress. That's how you make an impact on the world around you. It's your time. How you spend it's up to you. It's your time. The U.S. Army Reserve.
You know what? I
What's
think an old NFL injury, your broken nose of 17 times, I think it causes you to read bad.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Gets a little nasally sometimes.
Yeah, get a little nasally.
Why you trying to say the man read, man? I think the man read perfectly fine.
I'm just saying.
Damn,
it
dude.
You know what he's doing, though, right?
It feels like the Cooley accident.
He saw those.
Stir that thing up
saw
real
those
quick.
praises you got, man. He felt a little left out. He like, I gave it my all last week.
I do think you got a shot this week, though. Usually I don't think so. I think there's an opportunity. I think you brought your A game.
Nah, he killed it.
All right, so now we're doing, with producer Jason at the helm of this mock draft with PFF.
Yeah.
We got Command Center podcast mock draft. We do one of these every week on the Drive to the Draft podcast, which is our draft-centric podcast.
Yeah.
Fred's going to be on that show next week. He did a great job. We did our Guaranteed Ballers, which he has won 2 years in a row, which really just guts me.
Yeah, I know it.
Just guts me.
Just draft guru. I'm
Because
sorry.
he just coming out with just some craziness every week. But anyway, so we're going to do a 5-round mock as the Commanders. That seems like a lot, but we only have 3 picks in 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So this should go.
That could change.
It could change.
It could change.
And I hope that it does change, but we'll see. As of right now, though, we only have 3 picks. I think 7, 71, and then like 156, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Lord have mercy.
So
Let's get her started.
are we gonna hit this up, or we got to assign roles here, Jason? What do we got? Or we're on the clock. We're in it, dude. Okay. So at 7, we've got David Bailey, Francis Maui Noah, Caleb Downs, and
Who else we got?
And I am going to do Mansour Delane, Dylan Thieneman, Spencer Fano, Monroe Freeling.
Hey, let's just go on.
I think it's a good idea to tell them who went in the first 6 picks.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
All right. Mendoza went to the first pick. I don't think that shocked anybody. Arvell Reese. Jeremiah Love at 3. I think
that's becoming more of a thing.
And then you got Ruben Bain going to Tennessee at 4. Sonny Styles at New York, which I really think that's a legit chance that he goes to New York. And Cornell Tate It's 6 to the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, they need a lot of things, the Cleveland Browns, but I think that bodes really well
That'd
for
be
us.
nice, yeah.
Well, you got to realize, why would they go double the ends when they already got Myles Garrett?
So I was thinking about that earlier. Like, if I'm them, I'm really giving Ruben. I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns. So I'm really giving Ruben Bain a good look, because the idea of Ruben Bain
across from Myles Garrett
and just wreaking havoc in that division, physical. Like, there's something about that. But however, for the Commanders, if David Bailey is on the board,
run it up.
I know people want that logo on the TV for a long time. I'm putting my track spot. I'm not getting somebody else, not me, but I'm getting maybe Santana
to call the number 1 pick.
To just gas his way up there, get that pick in as soon as possible.
If David Bailey is there, don't even let the Browns finish the last name Tate. When they say Tate, we say Bailey. Get it in there right now.
So will y'all be surprised if Bain go before Bailey? Because I've been hearing like more so.
I would be surprised.
A little bit, but it really is like flavor. So
David, I'm gonna say, who do you like?
So David Bailey
fits what you do.
has 15 sacks, 77 pressures. Like,
he's just a pass. Maybe. But they would say Bain plays the run.
Plays everything.
Better than
So Cleveland might want a guy that does a little more to just get out to the quarterback.
I think you went to Tennessee?
I mean, Tennessee, my bad. Yeah.
So went to Tennessee. So again, I think Tennessee is on the board for an edge. So like Arvell Reese, Bain, or Bailey.
Yeah.
I personally think they probably go Bailey or Arvell Reese.
I think they go Bailey.
Because of Salah's defense.
Yeah.
But if they've got a higher grade, then I think this bodes really well for us here at 6. Again, the other guy to talk about here would be Caleb Downs. Maybe the best film in the class. Jason Johnson, producer Jason.
I'm going to say Mansur Delaney now. I think he just made his...
Delane?
Yeah, he just made himself...
So we just recorded this. We're recording this on Tuesday.
Are you talking about that 4-3 you ran the other day?
Yeah.
Boy, it's a movie, wasn't it?
Listen, long and smooth.
And what's crazy is his film, like, he plays with great anticipation, great feel. Like, he doesn't play like a fast guy.
But he doesn't back down.
Right.
That's what I love about it.
He's a really good player.
Yeah.
I just think edge rusher value...
It's there.
And the consistency of it.
Yeah.
And to get that pass rush here, have a 4-man rotation on the perimeter. Like, I think that makes this group significantly better right out the gate.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you say you're sending Santana to sprint this name up.
Hell yeah.
What if that phone rings?
For a
somebody want to trade?
Yeah. And someone really wants Bailey and they're moving into that spot.
How many spots?
I'd pick it up.
Let's say it's Cincinnati that's picking right there at 10. They want
Can they give me a second round pick?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you entertaining phone calls? Even with Bailey.
I want a spot and a pick.
If I can get a second round pick and move back to 10.
Boy, you can have that thing right now.
I'm in.
We ain't got to talk.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Although I think Bailey's pretty special.
I can move back to 13, 14 and get that second round pick, because then I become part of the Kenyon Sadiq sweepstakes.
Dude, you and Kenyon Sadiq.
I'm just telling you.
So Fred's trying to manipulate the whole draft to draft a tight end.
So I'm going to say, boy, you finna mess the whole room up. I know it's getting studs, but I feel like when you have what we have and the added guy, chick, like, you don't really need to.
Like I said, I don't need him.
Yeah.
But at 13, 14, he's the best player available.
With another pick. Yeah, I got you.
And I got my second round pick.
Are we doing trades in this or no?
No.
Okay.
But we will do that on our Drive to the Draft podcast.
Yeah.
We'll do a bunch of trades. So I guess my philosophy question for you guys is there a player in this draft where you're like, I'm not entertaining trades? This guy's just a blue chipper. I'm taking him here.
David Bailey's probably the closest for me. I mean, obviously Jeremiah Love. I think Sonny Styles.
The same thing with Styles. Yeah, I'm going to say Styles.
But so that second round pick to me, when you have so many pieces that need to be filled, it's really enticing to get that.
Here go think about it. I want to say, if I'm in the top 10, I always say I want to lead with a freakish player.
Mm-hmm.
Freak. I feel like this draft got 5 of them. Meaning
Who we got? Who are they?
Jeremiah Love.
Okay.
Anomaly. All right. I feel like David Bailey is a freak. Kenyon Sadiq is a freak. Sonny Styles is a freak. And Arvell Reese is a freak.
You think Kenyon Sadiq is a top 5 player in this draft?
I just think his freakish athletic ability.
Wow. You're really in on him.
I really am.
So you would take him higher than Brock Bowers?
I don't care where Brock went. I told you what Brock was when we came out. I told you I would have took Brock number 1 if I had to pick. Because I was just so in love with his skill set, and I thought he was just so.
But I think Brock's skill set and his play kind of showed the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have to look at did Sadiq play show what he did testing wise.
Well, here go think about it. When Brock Bowers was featured, he was the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Sadiq had to kind of share it. He had guys on the outside. He had running backs. Gotcha. He had to kind of share the load. Okay. When Brock Bowers,
so he was held back a little bit because he couldn't really show it off.
We talked about Ladd McConkey was in that offense too in Georgia. But I will say this: when you watch Kenyon Sadiq, very fast, physical in line,
put together.
You don't feel like he got the wiggle.
Has a hard time putting his foot in the ground. And that gets me a little bit nervous. I'm not saying he's going to be a bad pro, but I just get a little bit nervous about that. And so I feel great if we trade it back to 12 and he's sitting there. Maybe let's have a talk about it. But for this, if this is the case, David Bailey for me. Everyone good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with Bailey. Yeah, Bain ain't there. I'm good with Bailey.
You want to take Bain, huh?
I don't really don't have none. Any guy that's available that's considered top 5.
How you feel about Mike Washington Jr.?
Top 10.
So let's just talk about a couple guys that went off the board. Joshua Joseph, edge rusher from Tennessee, I think would be an excellent pick here for Washington. Elijah Surratt, receiver from Indiana.
Yeah, we're now in the 3rd round at pick 71.
Pick 71. Antonio Williams, receiver from Clemson, I think could be special. Grayson Halton from Oklahoma, defensive tackle, kind of 3-technique guy. Josiah Trotta, one of my favorite linebackers in the class from Missouri. And now on the board, we've got Davison Igbinosun. We got Mike Washington Jr., the running back from Arkansas. Dominique Citrus Orange from Iowa State.
Yeah.
Big Citrus. Yeah. Keelan Rutledge, the guard from Georgia Tech, who is a nasty MFer. We got Zachariah Branch-Tanner, who reminds me a little bit of Tyreek Hill, just like hyper horsepower.
I'm going to say but don't you feel like you got one of those in Jalen Lane from last year?
I mean, I think I like Jalen Lane a lot. Yeah. There's something a little bit different
about Zachariah,
about the horsepower we're dealing with here. And I'm not, again, like.
No, it is what it is.
Max Clare, tight end from Ohio State. Romello Height is really interesting here too, edge rusher from Texas Tech.
Connor Lew,
the center from
Auburn.
Auburn, yes. So there are a lot of good football players here. The thing that I have kind of fallen into here recently, and I'm gonna pour my soul out to you the viewer, and Fred and Santana here, is Mike Washington at 71 seems really appealing to me. So for those of you who aren't in on the draft process,
340, right?
You're on a 4.3. He's 6'1", and a half.
It's just
225
pounds. Rocked.
And has a gear where he is able to kind of take it the distance. Yeah. If you watch the Texas game, he's running dudes clean over. Yeah. Like clean.
Leaving them in the dust.
Yeah. His vision's a little bit up and down. But
he will run into the back of you.
I think about explosive elements to this offense. That is really interesting to me here. Now, can we look at receivers real quick, Jason? Because, again, that's another position that I know a lot of fans have been talking about here at 71. So, Zachariah Branch, Deion Burks from Oklahoma, Ted Hurst, again, talking about a big kind of X. Yeah. Malachi Fields from Notre Dame, Deshaun Stribling.
Brennan Thompson,
fastest man at the combine.
CJ
Daniels from Miami. There are a lot of good receivers here. So this is what I'll say. I think you can get a good receiver. We're just going to read the 200. What do we got? Let's go Tyron Montgomery from John Carroll. He's the 214th player on PFF's website. Yeah. He was maybe the best player at the Senior Bowl.
Wow.
So do we want to take a running back here where there's not a lot of running backs in this class and maybe take a receiver in the 5th round would be my question. Because there are some good, really, really good receivers later in the draft.
Yeah.
Any other positions you guys want to look at real quick?
Well, no. If you saying that if we get in the steal with Mike Washington Jr. right there, and he's the best player.
So I don't know if it's a steal. What I will say is I think there are 3 really good running backs in this class. Yeah. Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
Price from Notre Dame. What's his name? Price?
No, Jadarian Price.
Yeah, Jadarian Price, and then Washington. Mike Washington from Arkansas. Yeah. And I think after that, there are good players, but it's a little bit of a dip. All right. So if you want a game-changing player at the running back spot, I feel like you have to take him at 71 as opposed to a receiver or a safety. Yeah. Jason's got the safeties up for us right now. There's a lot of good safeties. Interior offensive line, because again, we're kind of looking in there too. Corners, Davis Espinosa is a really good player from Ohio State. Let's look at interior offensive line real quick. Yeah, Rutledge, Connor Lew, Sam Hike is, again, a great center from Kansas State.
Lew is the guy.
Jake Slaughter.
If you're going to take a lineman at this spot, need to be a center.
I tell you one thing, though, just seeing how it can, unfold, I would love to move back and get a 2nd-round pick now.
Dude, right?
You know what I mean? It's so many players, man. If we can get 2 for the price of 1, come on.
Yeah. Well, that's why we need Ty Simpson to keep on.
Let's go, Ty Simpson.
We are pulling for Ty Simpson to continue to blow people away at his workouts. And he'll coach his son. You know he can talk that talk. You know he can get on that chalkboard and make it happen. Ty Simpson, we are pulling for you because somebody going to come to 7 trying to get Ty Simpson.
The other one that was good was Monroe Freeling had the good combine, and everyone's talking about him being a top 7 pick. That's good. So people get those names up there, scooch them up there, right? So yeah, I mean, I think Mike Washington is the pick here for me. But if you guys feel differently, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I love some Zachariah Branch. You know how I feel about Zachariah Branch.
That would be interesting.
But would that?
This is the third round. This is the third round.
Yeah.
So this is saying hypothetically we don't have a receiver yet.
We do not have a receiver yet. No.
Yeah, I want a receiver.
But I do think, again, let's go to the receivers here real quick.
Because I'm looking for a receiver that I bring in. I don't trust a 5th round receiver being my receiver for the future. See what I'm saying? Being the guy that's going to take over the helm from Terry.
Totally agree. I totally agree. And this is where that 2nd round pick becomes.
So I want either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round guy, stud. Them were the studs at
Lotto studs.
You know, them were the studs at
So I think we did this yesterday on our Drive to the Draft show. Yeah. Like, to me, I love the kid from Ole Miss, Deshaun Stribling. I think
you love Stribling.
Jason loves Malachi Fields. I just think
I like Malachi.
I really think you can get a guy who's got some juice later. The problem is you're not picking in the 4th round.
Yeah.
You're picking in the 5th round.
Jeff Caldwell from Cincinnati. Is that the big kid?
So he's 6'5", 217 at the combine.
Yeah.
Ran a 4.31.
Yes.
Had a 43-inch vertical and an 11.2 broad jump.
Yes.
Dude is a mutant.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling
but also, dude,
Jeff Caldwell.
Effort's a little up and down.
Now, I don't like his name. His name regular. I want him to change his name to J.J. Caldwell.
But let's go up to the top of receivers. So if you want to take a receiver, obviously Zachariah Branch, Deion Burks, really good players, smaller guys.
Yeah.
Ted Hurst is a freak, man.
Yeah.
6'3", ran a 4.3 at the combine. Malachi Fields is 6'5", 220 pounds. Like, there's a guy here for you if you want.
No doubt.
I would go probably Ted Hurst. I love small school pedigree. They always have a chip on their shoulder. That's how Green Bay and Pittsburgh draft. They love small school guys because they come with a chip on their shoulder like London Fletcher. So I would love to have Ted Hurst.
Ted Hurst?
Yeah.
I might go Malachi Fields if we're between Ted Hurst.
Yeah, I'm in between.
I think Ted Hurst a little faster than Malachi.
He's significantly faster.
If we trying to go for body types, something different than what we have in the room, I'm thinking bigger guy. I say Malachi Fields or,
Ted Hurst. All 3 of those guys right there, Tana. Deshaun Stribling, Malachi Fields, Ted Hurst are big.
But if we just going for a receiver, explosive, I'm going
Zachariah.
I'm going Branch.
All right. That's a little Tana clone right there.
I think we can all agree on Branch, though.
And he's going to have some special teams.
I feel like even though he's small,
his kicks from the dope.
I feel like even though he's small, his skill set is different from all the guys we have in the building.
He rocked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He rocked up.
Perfect. Yeah. Love it.
All right, we're going to pick 147 now.
Which is way down the list here. So,
down yonder.
Down yonder. Okay, so it's interesting. Emmett Johnson is the running back from Nebraska. He's available. Dallin Bentley, the tight end from Utah. Both really solid football players. Keenan, the third from Alabama, is a defensive tackle. He's like 335 pounds.
Yeah.
Big old heavy dude. A name that just popped to me as Jason slowly scrolled down the screen.
I see it too.
Is Nicholas Singleton from Penn State.
Both backs from Penn State.
He broke his foot in this offseason process, so he hasn't run a 40.
Yeah.
But when you look at his, he's on Feldman's Freaks list. He's supposed to run a sub 4.4.
I got to see him in person. Remember I told you I took my son to Penn State?
Oh, yeah.
So I got to see him in person while he was fully healthy. I got to see both backs, and he seemed to be the faster out of the 2. He was the twitchiest.
He's way faster. He's explosive now, but his production has never matched his physical traits.
Yeah.
Can we go to safety real quick? Because I think receivers deep. I think safety's deep. If you want a good football player, maybe safety's one where you can grab a guy here. Okay, so Cole Wisniewski from Texas Tech, good football player. Bishop Fitzgerald from USC.
Taffy, you don't like Michael Taffy?
Dude, Jason really likes him a lot. I'm a little. I worry about the athlete.
Yeah,
and so if we can get a freak athlete here, I'd be pretty stoked on that. Lorenzo Styles, the man who broke the combine. I don't know if he's going to be hanging around here. And then maybe my favorite safety is sitting here too. Robert Spears Jennings from Oklahoma. I love him.
Yeah.
He's a physical, kind of like the true star box safety.
Yeah.
Kind of could play linebacker for you if you
He don't remind you of Roy Williams, do he?
No, he reminds me a little bit of
hope not.
Emin Wari. actually.
Oh, he got a profile like him and Rory?
He ran a 4.3. He's got 33-inch arms. So, and he's 6'2". So he's a big old hoss who can run a little bit. He's a little inconsistent, as Jason will be very quick to point out, because on the Drive to the Draft show, Jason said, don't know about all that, but I'm in on him. So, safety.
Let's see corner.
Oh, all right. I think corner's shorter, though. You know what I'm saying? Corner's shorter in terms of tail, but let's see what we got here.
And this is for that, this is a 5th round pick?
This is a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
So if you want some names, Ephesian Prysock from Washington is 6'3", 200 pounds. He ran well, sub 4.5 40.
Yeah.
Got long arms, big old hoss. Respect his game quite a bit. Scroll up to the top, Jason. And then Devon Marshall is the guy that you like, right, Jason? Am I right with that?
I like Marshall too.
Very consistent football player.
Yeah.
Julian Neal is a man corner, 6'2", 205 pounds. Ran well at the combine, jumped well.
Yeah.
There are some good players here.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of body type that fit kind of traditional Dan Quinn,
probably be the taller guy.
Prysock is an excellent fit. And I think he's got a good feel for the position.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm on board with corner if you want to go that direction. I think he's a good football player.
Yeah, I go Washington. I cannot pronounce his name. Hopefully the
Ephesians,
fan base. Ephesians.
Prysock. It's quite the name there.
Yeah. You know I like my name.
Ephesian.
I like my name.
So we went, let's see, David Bailey at 7, which is pretty exciting. Zachariah Branch at 71 to bring some absolute vertical juice, a little gadgetry to this offense.
Gadgetry, yeah.
And then Ephesians Prysock at 147, long, tall, physical corner, who could maybe play on the perimeter if you need him to. So I think that's a pretty solid draft right there for us boys.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned. We're going to do another one of these probably in a couple of weeks because the draft's coming up. We'll probably do a trade in that one. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining and consuming the content. Always appreciate it. Like and subscribe wherever you watch. But that's it.
Peace.
Go. The Command Center podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.